creative destruction. Later. Alright, stream dismissed. Tome sites and flame war threads. Today I've got a little spine-chilling story about your own messed up Nanjay. You're totally falling right into this trap. For example, take... Yo, you degenerates. Rolling through your phones in bed at this ungodly hour. Listening to my stream with one earbud in. Like the absolute goobers you are. Sup. You're probably slacking off from work or class, escaping reality. Or just staring at the ceiling in post-nut clarity with zero motivation to do anything. Same here, honestly. Whatever. Ever. For you lads aimlessly drifting through the net, browsing trashy Matome sites and flame war threads. Today I've got a little spine-chilling story about your own messed up brains. Huh? What's with that look? You're probably thinking, here goes up spouting random bullshit to flex on us again. Just listen. You guys browse message boards and social media every day, right? Ever had a moment where you see some info and scoff like, huh? This is fake as hell, but after seeing it over and over for a few days, you start thinking, everyone's saying it, so maybe it ain't cap. You definitely have. Don't even try to hide it. To put it so even brain-dead lads like us can understand, your brains are getting hacked from the outside without you even noticing. Let's cut to the chase. Today's topic is the Illusory Truth Effect. I've heard of it doesn't mean it's the truth. It's a terrifying psychological phenomenon where you blindly believe info just because you've been exposed to it repeatedly. This is gonna be on the test, lads. You clueless normies who don't know this are just gonna get milked dry. Alright, before we get into the meat of it, let's lay out the roadmap. We've got three main parts today. First, Chapter 1. The true nature of the lies you somehow believe. Next up, Chapter 2, the brain's power-saving mode, the trap of processing fluency. And finally, Chapter 3, information freshness, the bait. We're going in this order, so don't go whining halfway through like too long read. Clean out your ears and listen till the end. Let's jump right in. Chapter 1, the true nature of the lies you somehow believe. Picture this. It's late at night, you're locked in the bathroom doom scrolling. Down your feed comes some random health hack or conspiracy tier rumor spouted by a complete nobody. Like, eat this vegetable every day and you'll definitely lose weight, or some dumb shit like that. The first time you see it, you scoff and go, what the fuck is this? Source, just trust me, bro. Absolute cap. You do that too, right? You act smart, thinking, I ain't falling for this bait, and just speed scroll past it. But then the next day, and the day after that, you see the exact same thing on another Matin site or some randoms retweet. After 3 days, a week, seeing it over and over, weirdly enough, you start tripping and think, wait, I'm seeing this everywhere. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Is this actually common knowledge? This is borderline horror, man. You started out doubting it, but before you know it, you're treating it as facts. Nanny, what the fuck? My brain got brainwashed while I wasn't looking. It's the same with the dark era stories in pro baseball. You'll see extreme shit posting online, claiming a certain team's starting lineup back then was literally Sunday League level. At first, you'd call them out like, nah man, they're still pros. But after seeing the same copy pasta every single day, you start seriously believing, yeah, they were practically amateurs back then. You degenerates think you've got high media literacy and will never get fooled, right? Yep, that statement right there just proves you're brain dead. Humans only see what they want to see and get tainted by what's shown to them. This ain't just my personal experience. It's a fatal flaw hardwired into the human brain. So, why does it end up being so sloppy? That brings us to the next part. I'll explain Chapter 2, the brain's power-saving mode, the trap of processing fluency. The trick is simple. Basically, it's like this. The human brain is, fundamentally, lazy as fuck. It has to process a massive amount of info every single day, so it wants to slack off and use as little effort as possible. That's where this shortcut feature called processing fluency comes in. Leaving out the big words when you see or hear info repeatedly, it becomes super easy for your brain to process. Your brain goes, oh, I know this, I've processed it before, smooth sailing, and just gives it a free pass. Now, here's the real meat. Humans are so freaking stupid that they mistake this familiar, easy-to-process feeling as proof that the information is correct. It might go against your gut, but this is reality. Whether the info is actually true or fake as hell doesn't matter at all. Just because it's repeated and you get used to it, it secretly swaps itself out for the truth. To give you an example, it's like the ordering calls at Ramen Jiro. Yasai mashimashi, ninniku mashikarame. At first, it just sounds like a magic spell. You'd go, what the fuck is that? And be totally grossed out. Yikes. But when you see that string of text online every day, you feel like you can smoothly say it yourself. And you even start hallucinating that it's the absolute best and correct way to order. When in reality, it's just a one-way ticket to a food coma. Your brain just got used to processing the text, and now it mistakenly thinks it's the ultimate right answer. You see this at work or school too, right? The guy who just goes along with an opinion solely because it's been repeated in meetings saying, well, everyone's saying it, so it's probably fine. The simp going, oh, if the boss likes it, I totally agree, with a goofy smile. Like, what? I'm literally deadpanning right now. Think for yourself, you goober. Your brain is just slacking off. I ain't just pulling this out of my ass either. There's actual authoritative data. A scholar named Hasher and their team perfectly proved it in a study back in 1977. 1977, bro. Way before we were even born. It was proven that humans are weak to repetitive information. They showed subjects a bunch of trivia multiple times, and just by seeing it over and over, the rate at which they believed the trivia was absolutely true skyrocketed. That correlation is an absolute unit. Makes sense, right? What's that? I wouldn't fall for that. Lads like you are the first ones to become feeding material. Going against your own brain's power-saving mode is next to impossible. Alright, let's dig deeper. The final chapter. Chapter 3. Information freshness and how to spot the bait. So, how do you protect yourself from this illusion? In this day and age, viral tweets on social media get endlessly reposted and circulated, right? Those are the absolute worst devices for accelerating the illusory truth effect. You lads who think you know the world's news just by reading thread titles on Nanjay, you're totally falling right into this trap. For example, take drama and anime production studios or voice actor scandals. In reality, it's just one individual fucking up. But all the Matome sites band together and post article after article with clickbait titles like The Beginning of the End or Massive Outrage. Then, what happens? You start hallucinating that the whole industry is pitch black and completely dead. If you're told over and over that a gacha game lost its crown just because its sales ranking dropped, you start feeling like a perfectly playable game is dead content. It's the same with roasting people's education. If you look at extreme takes every day like anything below a famous Yunai is F tier, or making 150k yen take-home means your life is over, before you know it, your own standards get completely wrecked. Try putting yourself in their shoes. This reeks of operating by the rules of those who want to start fires and farm clicks. You guys are just being burned as fuel. Believing something solely because you see it repeatedly is the peak of stupidity. Leave your emotions out of this and listen. What's important is taking a pause when you encounter info and asking yourself, wait, is this just sounding familiar? You can't judge information freshness or accuracy based solely on the fact that you've seen it a lot. Clueless normies who don't know this are just going to get milked dry for the rest of their lives. There's only one solution. Make it a habit to check the primary sources. Who's saying it? What's the original data? Go actually look at it. Cross-reference multiple sources with different origins. This ain't the time to be saying, too long, didn't read. Stop going brain dead and swallowing familiar info whole. Separate facts from opinions, man. You've got to have the attitude to verify things yourself. Only the lads who can do that will survive as absolute units in this information society. We want to stay smart enough to spot the fake as hell bait on the net, right? Well, Even after giving you this high and mighty lecture, you're probably going to completely forget it by tomorrow and get played by trashy social media info again. Not my problem, though. I'll just be up here watching from my high horse thinking, man, there are some real idiots in the world. Now that I feel secure knowing I'm at least doing better than that, we're wrapping it up for today. Oops, it's a ghost town in here. Laughing my ass off. Look at the time. I've got to get up early tomorrow, so I'm going to sleep. Oh, one last thing. A preview for tomorrow. Next time, I'll be explaining creative destruction. Later. Alright, stream dismissed. We are dead.